Tonight what we're going to do is learn how to build a business and an actual placement strategy. Now, this is not a company-approved training program. This is Bob Reid's. Now, this is how I, along with my team, we built an organization of over 70,000 people. And the people who followed the plan are the ones that were really successful. So the very first thing that I like to tell you about is you, in any business and anything you do, you've got to have a plan, correct?
Yes.
Okay, this is the plan. Okay, so you're going to have a left team and a right team. Okay? Now remember, I told you in your job description, you only have 5 things to do in your job description, correct? Number 1 is write a list of 50 people. Now you're going to end up making a list of more, but this is going to help you start putting that list to work. And the second thing is that you're going to commit 5 to 10 hours a week out of your life a week to learn. So 1 year to learn, 1 year to earn, 3 to 5 years to develop a constant income stream. So you get to choose if you want $50,000 a year or $100,000 or $150,000. You get to choose that. But wouldn't it be nice to have an extra couple of $1,000 or $5,000 rolling in every month for your retirement as residual income? Okay. So the other thing is what? Spend half an hour to an hour every day watching the videos and reading everything on your website. Well, the first thing you're going to do is watch that training video in your back office, which is going to tell you what to do with these lists and how to do it and how you can get started in your business day one, as soon as you finish watching that video. And the fifth thing you do is what? Attend an opportunity presentation or company-sponsored event and attend a training session once a week. Now you can do it on FaceTime, you can do it on Skype, and if you got a group already, like we do, you can start a group. And since you're in college, guess what? A lot of college people are going to be wanting a plan B if they only knew about it. So somebody's got to communicate it. But we tell you how to communicate it. Okay? So we don't want to twist anybody's arm to get in the business. We only want people who have a good attitude about wanting to learn how and actually wanting to earn some gold and silver and build a walk-away income. Because you do it by getting in when a company's brand new. And the company's going to have a grand opening. When did I say? July 29th, 2017. And they're going to open their launch with people through the pre-launch period having earned more checks than any other network marketing company in history in its grand opening. That's going to be powerful because they're only 700 short right now of issuing more than 2017 checks. Do you think we'll have 2017 checks issued by the company to individuals by July 29th? I think so too. So here's the plan. The plan's very simple. If you're married, you have family members and your wife has family members. And normally they don't entertain or talk to each other very much or see each other. So you pick a side, and on one side, all your family members are going to go. And on the other side, all your wife's family members are going to go. Your spouse, okay? Now, you have a side, your friends are going to go on one side, your wife's friends are going to go on another side, okay? And you have a church. Well, pick a side your church is going to go on. All your church members go on a side. The reason is you don't want to split up your brother and your sister unless they don't get along. Then you don't want to put them on opposite sides. But if they do get along, they have common friends, you don't want them warring over who's going to get who. Okay? Same thing in your church. You don't want a church split because you got a whole bunch of church members that are in business together, and now they're fighting over who the next person's going to sponsor them. Okay? So you put them all in one line, all on one side. So they're all in a common business. It's going to make more sense here when I tell you the placement strategy. Okay? And then if you're at work, okay, if you at work, you're at an office or you have a common group of people that you work with in any organization, put them all on one side. So you're not competing with one another. You're all in a common business. So it's a one another business. So kind of think about that. That's the placement strategy plan. Okay? So you have one side and the other side, and you already know where you're going to place them. And again, don't separate people who know people and have the same overlapping social circle. You will create so much havoc in your organization that you won't be able to build business because they're always arguing about who's going to get who. Okay? Keep them on the same side. With that in mind, here you are. You know, you've got the company puts you in a tracking center when you get your membership. And so I like to call this the 21st century Costco or Sam's of the gold and silver market. This is really what this is going to be. I truly believe this will be a billion-dollar company, being the largest single retailer to the general public of gold and silver products in the marketplace. They're going to turn the industry upside down. Companies like Rosalind, Capital, Swiss America, Gold Line, that you see advertised every day by gold and silver. None of them can match these prices. So you buy a membership, you get to buy gold and silver at cost. Now, you know you need to have some. Everybody needs to have some. So why not do it in a home-based business environment? Okay? So as I train this, you're learning some of the items that you use when people give you an objection as an answer to their objection. Okay? Now, I'm going to put everyone you personally sponsor is going to have a P in the circle. That's your personal sponsored people. Okay? Anyone that your upline places into your organization, that's going to be an X in the circle. And anyone that you personally sponsor, that sponsors a person, that's going to have a 2 inside the circle. Okay? So I want y'all to understand this. When you sponsor in, you're going to be on someone's left or right. Okay? So that means when you sponsor in, you have a left. That's a continuation of the left side. So I could draw the line where it looks like this, and that line be going straight through it, and then you have a line here. Okay, now your job is to personally sponsor 2 people. And if you get to work real quick, you might do it before someone in your upline is trying to place one of their persons on their left and right. But let's take, in this instance, that you don't. And lo and behold, somebody up above you placed somebody here because they need somebody on their left and their right to qualify to start earning a check, right? Okay. So, boop, boop, person just appeared in your organization. That might happen to you. It might not. But it might happen to you right after you join, or it might happen to you after you personally sponsor someone. But in this example, we're going to say you didn't have time to read your video, you didn't share it quick enough, and it happened. Okay? So now you go out, and the first person you sponsor, you want to sponsor them in what is called the driving leg. And see, you were placed on the left or the right of somebody. And when this happened, you knew where the driving leg was. But let your sponsor tell you, is their driving leg on the left side or the right side? Okay? And if it's the left side, okay, then, well, this is your right, huh? and left. I get them backed up with the camera, but then you place your first person in the driving leg. Why do you want to place them in the driving leg first? Why don't you place, you already got one here, why not place them there? Wrong. Because if you get slowed or something happens to you or you know, any number of things happen, you don't want to leave this person as what I call a dangling participle in the business. He needs to have some partners. So you put them in the driving leg first, and then you're looking to sponsor your second person, and then where do you sponsor them? On the opposite side. Now, in a case like this, your volume is going to be 100 and 100. Why? Because this person was placed here before you personally sponsored someone. If you personally sponsor someone real quick, then that would have been 200 because the X would have been below the P. Okay? So we're doing a little compensation plan and a little strategy at how to build the business. Okay? Now, you help your people while you still going through your list, and now this person gets really excited and they sponsor somebody real quick. The two means what? Your personally sponsored person personally sponsored a person, right? Now these people have a left and a right, and now you have 300 volume there and 100 here. This person also gets really excited and places a person here and there and there and there and there. They get really excited, that person. Now don't put anything in here because that was placed down by your upline, correct? Okay. So it doesn't have a number in it, doesn't have X in it, or doesn't have a P in it. That's somebody from above you. So you get credit for this. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 600 volume on your left. And you got 300 on your right. If you find somebody else that you ready to sponsor in the business, where are you going to place them? On the right, Andy, you're right. And here you make another driving leg because you and everybody on your right side, your left side in this example, they are going to be your driving leg that you work in teamwork with them. And it's a personally sponsored person, correct? And let's say that person got pretty excited. They sponsored their first person in what? The driving leg on this side. And they sponsored their next person here. And guess what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello. You just earned your first check. Because it's more than 500 and 500 on each side, isn't it? You got $500. What if you did that in the first week? Wouldn't that makes you a little happy, right? Well, what if it takes you a month? It doesn't matter. What if it takes you 2 months? It doesn't matter. You're only doing it part-time. You're learning how while you're doing it. But some people, you ask, well, why do people get so excited all the time? Well, it's because, George made a few $1,000s. Woodrow's made a few $1,000s. But I tell you, my wife and I, we've made over $17,000. Well, we sponsored a lot more people a lot more faster than that. Okay? That's why. Okay? And it depends on you. Okay? Now, gee whiz. Somebody up here, they're ready to get started too because they see all this underneath them and they hadn't sponsored anybody. Whoa, They need somebody where? On their left side, right? So see, this is kind of how the business grows. They place them down here. Now, Renee, do you know they did that? You had nothing to do with that. You don't even know it. Like Woodrow said, he had people all over the country. He didn't even know they were in his business. Well, guess what? That counts for you too. Okay, now you got 700. And let me just make an example that something could happen like this. Okay? This person right here could get really excited and build a business real quick like that. This person starts, and gee whiz, the first week, and you got more than 1,000 points. Okay? But your counter only goes up to what? 1,000. Okay? First week in the business. Would you be a little happy? That's why you hear these people on the conference calls. New people just joined the business last week, and now they got all these points in the contest. That's how it happens. Okay, just like that. Now, if it takes you 12 months for this to happen, that's okay too, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a good plan B. You're learning how. But if it takes you 1 week, and let's say, you've got what? About 10 people over here and about, let's say, 15 people over here.